Hi, everybody. It's Elizabeth Perez with the KvCore Company, and today we're going to have the KvCore tech class, and we're going to be talking about doing a email blast, especially starting right now. If you haven't done it, this is the moment to go ahead and do it. I would really, if you have your computers on and you can go ahead and as I'm doing it, follow along and let's go ahead and do it, because a lot of times what happens is that you go ahead, you see me do it, and then you don't do it. You say, I'm going to do it later, and then you don't. So, you know, we don't have a lot to cover. I want to really have you go and do this, because if you do it, and remember one of the things that you can do here is say that we're going to do new leads, that you have new leads, or your SOI that Carlo has been talking about for a while now, but this week he really went in more in depth and told you how to prepare your SOI and how to hashtag it. So let's say you have those 20 people under your SOI. This is the moment that you can do the whole 12 months of either holidays or the company newsletter, whatever it is. You can prepare it right now and forget about it. Okay, so let's dig in and start working on it. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And hold on, there's somebody that's asking a question. I hear his son's name, but I hear, oh, don't worry about it. Okay. All right, Corinne. Okay, and there's somebody that has, let me mute there. And here we go. The first thing we're going to go, of course, is to KvCore. And we're in the dashboard. I'm going to make the little icon of all of you smaller, so I might not see you if you have a question, but you know, you can put it on the chat and I'll try to be looking at it. And if not, just unmute yourself and ask the question and we'll get you, okay? Because if not, I can't see half of the screen. I'm working off a tablet and it's a little small. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the dashboard, and right on your left-hand side, you have what is called all marketing. That's where you have a lot of the items that you can use in marketing to your clients that most are not, they don't charge, okay? Like, for example, you can create your smart campaigns and things of that nature. But today we're just gonna go straight into the schedule a mass email, okay? So if you see, when you go in, if you already have prepared scheduled emails, you will see them there, okay? Like you can see here, in Mother's Day, I already went ahead and I did mine since last year. I created it and it's ready to go for May. But let's say I wanted to edit it, I can just go in and edit because I wanted maybe to add something or, you know, put something else in there. I can go ahead and edit, or maybe there's a new, what do you call it? A new picture that they're using, a new image that they have that I saw that they changed. I could go and just go in and change. I already have my Valentine's. I already have my Martin Luther King. And then I have my real estate advisor. Now, they don't have at this moment, they don't have a new campaign. I don't know what's going on with the campaigns, but we can still use the 2022 one, and I'll show you why. This is what I would do. You would go hold on, let me start this a minute again for you. If you have not done a schedule before, you just have to go in here where it says schedule an email. And then it has different ways of looking for it. If you just want to go ahead and look for a specific client that you just want to send to those clients, you can use that. If you want a hashtag, you can use the hashtag. I normally use, because I want to send more out, I normally have my sphere, my prospect, my new leads, my active leads, my clients, my contracts, and my close. So if I want to send to something different to each one of these, I can. If I want to send the same thing to all three, because you can do 3 at a time, you can put the sphere, you can put this prospect, and you can put the new leads, for example. Okay, you can put them like that. I like to separate them, so I get, if something comes back to me, I get them in the specific way that I send them out. You want to make sure, like, for example, I have Elizabeth Perez Dean, but I also have Elizabeth Perez. So I will do both of them separately. So I'll do Elizabeth Perez in case I have something that is under that. I'll go ahead and send it like that. And then later I'll do another one that says Elizabeth Perez. Then I put the date that I want it to be sent. So if it's something for the new year, let's say you can do it today, and you just have to make sure that you're going to go ahead and put it at maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon, just in case this is going to somebody that is out of the country. Maybe they still get it, 6 or 7 hours later, but it's not at 3 o'clock in the morning, and their phone might beep or do whatever those little chimes that is done when something comes in. So be mindful of that, where you're sending these things, because time is of it could wake somebody up and say, oh, what is this? So just make sure of that. Then the template. So now let's say you're wanting to do what we talked about, the company email, right? So as you can see, there's company emails for all different months, but they don't have specifically a year. If you go to the one that says company newsletter, January, you will see it says January here where it says subject, January 2022. Well, I would just go ahead and change to 2023 and look at the actual item that is being sent. What we're talking about here is just your home is one of the best investment you'll ever make. What is it talking about? Equity. Equity doesn't matter the year, you always have equity. I think the only year that we had that we didn't have equity, and not everybody, was in 2008, 2009, those type of thing. And not everybody, some people did still have equity in their property. So this is what is going to be there. So you can still use it. So what I would do is, what I did was I put real estate advisor January 2023, and then I just went ahead and put Happy New Year. All right. So then that way, my clients, my sphere is going to get this email, but you're saying, well, they already got it. I don't think that anyone is going to remember if they got this one last year or not. For now, and especially if you're new, they for sure didn't get it. So I wouldn't worry about it, and I would just use it. Okay. So then, of course, this has down here your agent signature, and it has an unsubscribe URL that it's already put in case they want to unsubscribe. And then remember always to include your assigned agent signature, which that is what you do when you come into Kai's company and you have a meeting with Shelton, and he goes and he takes you to the profile and he tells you, you know, how to fill in your profile, and he tells you to put your signature, your picture, all of that. That is what it is going to copy there. Okay. So your onboarding, you're supposed to have done that with Shelton when you have the onboarding with him. Now, the only other thing is if you are, you know, you want to change things, you can always go to that right-hand side, and there's lots of little buttons and dividers and images that you can add. You can add your social media, you can add a whole bunch of things. I'm keeping it simple. I'm just sending this, but this is where you can come in and you can upload videos that you did when you do your videos of your new listings. This is what you would be doing. It's the same thing. It's using your mass mailer, emailer, to be able to send to your clients. And it's very simple. It's not a difficult thing. It has, if you want to see right here, if you want to start back from scratch and remove what we have here of the campaign, you can do that. You can also, if this is not the campaign you want to do, if you already have your campaign done, when you uploaded your information on your clients, and you went ahead and you put the hashtag company newsletter, and you already have that set up, then you don't have to do this now. You can say, okay, I want to do what you said, Elizabeth. I'm going to go ahead and actually, because I didn't do my sphere, I'm going to go ahead and actually leave the company, even though I already have it in my system. But I just want to make sure that when it's sent out, it has the January 2023 Happy New Year in there, because most likely how they haven't done the new one yet, it might not go out, because I believe there's some people who are having trouble with that they haven't gone out. So this is a nice way to be able to send it out if you're not sure. And then if you want to preview it, you just click on preview. Or if you want to see how it looks when it's sent out, you can send it to yourself. And especially if you're creating one, make sure to send a test one to yourself to make sure that everything aligns and it looks very, you know, professional when you do it. Because I've seen people that have sent out things without looking, and sometimes guys will go ahead, like the one for Martin Luther King. It has a Martin Luther King icon, like an image that says, you know, honoring Martin Luther King, but then the verbiage on the bottom is just gibberish. It doesn't say anything. You have to remove all that and then put maybe a quote that Martin Luther King said, or maybe something inspirational that you want to say, something to that effect. So you have to always be checking those items when you're going to send it. Before you send to anybody, you have to make sure that you read it, that you look at it, that you're sure that everything is right. Okay. If you want to add something in here, you can always go like right here in this area. If you want to say, well, I want to, besides the excuse me. If you want to add, besides the unsubscribe, you want to insert your own URL, because it's not, maybe it's not hyperlinked in your signature. Then you could just come here and put your website, and then.
Sorry, can you tell me where you grabbed all that from?
Yeah, the only thing I did was, hold on, I'm having trouble with this screen.
Yeah, I have the same newsletter like set up as you, the
Yeah,
insert.
the only thing I did, you see where it says agent signature,
Yeah.
unsubscribe URL?
Okay,
I just went space, space, and then when you just hover right there, this part comes up, this black,
yeah, the toolbar.
the toolbar, right, comes up, and you see where it has
The link.
the insert edit
Okay.
link. You
Mhm.
just click on that. And if you want to remove it, you just click on this. So that's basically, and let's say you want to remove all of it, you just come down here, whereas there's a little trash can, and you remove everything from it. But like I said, I would always, look at everything before you send it out. If you start adding things, because this page was created by another person, we don't know how they used it. So we don't know how actually it looks when it's sent. So that's something that I would go ahead and make sure. So in this case, I'm not going to I don't have time to send it to myself. So I'm just going to remove my link from here. So that way I don't disturb the email itself, how it looks, okay? But I just wanted to show you that you can do that. And then now what you do is, excuse me a minute. What you do here, I have such small space here, is where it says down here, schedule. Remember, I already put the date. I already put that I was going to send it out at 4 o'clock today. I just press schedule. It does its magic, and boom, it's down here. See, it says today, Sphere. I did one for new leads. And then I have this one that is for my Sphere. Now, I see that in my new leads, I forgot to say Happy New Year. So I just can go back to that one, click, and then put Happy New Year. And then go down and schedule it again. And it's fixed. So it is there.
Liz, are we able to send to a specific person, or it has to be like?
No, but a specific person, you can do that just from your CRM.
Okay.
For a specific person, you can do a CRM. You just go from there, you go to the email, you look for the template, the same thing. But if you're sending it, I mean, you can still do it from here, because you can schedule it. The reason to use this is that you can schedule it. And that's why I said, if you now today set whoever you're sending this to, and you set 12 months of emails to them. So next month you can do the February, and of course read that campaign. If you haven't set these people up to receive a campaign, read the campaign to make sure that the February is useful and you can use it. Normally, Kai does things that you can use at any point, okay? But you want to make sure. And then this is when you can do, like I said, I personally prefer to send it by status, because I can send more. But like I said, now I can go ahead and I can do Valentine's Day and have that ready. There's 2 types of postcards that you have here, and you can look at them and you can, decide what you want to do. And may your day be filled with love. And then I like to always put, from Elizabeth Perez team. And then just make sure to include your assigned agent signature, and it's ready to go. Then this one, of course, remember, this is for February. So February 14th, I'll send it out on February 13th. And I'll put it for, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, when they're maybe 12:30, when they're having lunch, something like that. and I'll send it out. You can get more fancy. You can put, if you have a listing, you can add that listing underneath and say, maybe this would be a wonderful Valentine's gift, you know, to your significant other, you know, things of that nature. You have ideas of what you can do. So if you do that and you do the whole year, that is out of the 24 that Carlos said that you have to do, right there, you have done already 12. So, I mean, this is a no-brainer. This is something I know, but the problem is, and I'm telling you from my own experience, if you don't sit down and you do all of them at that moment, or at least 6, and say, okay, and put it in your calendar, okay, you know, 2 weeks from now, I have to do the other 6. You will forget and you will not do it. And that is what happens, that you don't get to you know, the constant contact with your clients. So this is one of those ways of contacting them. Now, the other item that I wanted to, do you have any questions? Anybody has any questions?
I have questions. I put it on the chat. I
Okay,
want to do what you're saying about, you know, preparing everything for the whole year. But the problem is I'm missing the first step, like I say on the chat, because I was able to go, I'm on the KvCore, right?
Right.
CRMKites.com marketing autopilot schedule email, but I don't find that button.
Okay,
Oh,
you're in
I'm sorry.
KvCore. You're in KvCore. Okay.
I'm sorry, the little screen where I have you, the little screen was blocking. I'm sorry, I found it.
Oh, you found it. Okay.
Yeah, I found it was under the little screen.
Oh, that's why I'm trying to move that screen, but it's
No, it's not your fault. It was on my computer.
Okay.
No worries. Thank you.
All righty, perfect. Now,
Oh, yeah, sorry. I am still not able to put my website at the bottom of that newsletter. I've tried it like 3 times. I even tested the website outside just to make sure it was working. But every time I hit preview, all it says is just the agent signature in that, like, you know, whatever parentheses. It's not showing.
Remember that I said, I'm not going to do it because I don't know what the way that they structured that specific newsletter. So let me go in the newsletter and see if I can go ahead and do it to mine, because I remember I removed mine. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to go.
You don't have it either.
No, because I removed it. I was just showing you that you can do that, but that's one of those things that you would have to go back and see if, because they created this this actual newsletter, it might be that the way that they created is not the same.
Wait, did you just say no to it?
No, I said yes.
See, I've been saying yes, and I can't. I don't get that. I can't. I'm using the exact same newsletter you're using, but every time
and it doesn't appear like this.
No. And this is why I don't use KvCore, because I can't add anything. I don't know how. I've tried, and I didn't know what you were talking about with things I should have learned with Sheldon. I never ever did any kind of onboarding with Sheldon. So
let's look at the preview, because like I said, I don't know.
Okay.
Let's just look at the preview. For some reason, my screen is going gray. I don't know what there.
Okay, now.
Okay. All right. So let's look at my preview, see if it did it. It did it.
I don't have that.
Yeah, it did it. Now, the thing that I'm not seeing, let me see if I sent it to myself.
I'm gonna put yours.
Yeah?
I'm gonna put your URL and see if it goes. No, it doesn't.
Does it go?
No.
You're inserting it in the is anybody else trying to do what we're talking? As we're talking, is anybody else trying to follow along? Yes, no, maybe?
Press
I
button.
am trying, but I haven't, advanced much because I was stuck with the first button there.
For the first button,
But
okay.
I find I got the same feeling as Suzette. It's, this program is not very user friendly.
100%.
Well, it kind of is. It's just different because we are not, you might not be used to working with it, but basically what you have to, I think one of the things is that you have to see the editor. This is, for example, I'm not one of those persons that are very creative like Carlos that does these things, and for him he does it in 3 minutes and he creates these beautiful templates and all this. That is what a basic editor is supposed to be able to do. You're supposed to be able to go in and change and add content and background colors and all of this stuff. But for that, they do have a class in the let me show you. Let me just close this out. In here where it says support, if you go to support center and you look for basic editor, they will have either a guide or videos, all of those type of things. And if you still don't understand, then you can request they are called, hold on a minute, I just put it down because I knew in case somebody had that question. It is the KvCore at insiderealestate.com. KvCore at inside, like INSIDE, real, and then estate.com. And if you send them an email and you say, look, I'm having trouble with the editor, I don't know, I'm putting things in and it's not coming out, I need somebody to walk me through this, they will do that. They will make an appointment with you and they will go ahead, and actually I can show you where you can actually go ahead and go to their calendar and ask for a one-on-one with them. If we go, have you all done the uploading like in bulk? Like
I put my CRM in by hand, but I've got like a couple hundred people.
but you did it by hand. You didn't have that.
Yeah.
You didn't have them do it. Okay.
No.
All right. Because if you go here in the lead engine and click on all lead engine tools,
Mhm.
and then you go to where it says bulk import, start. They have here 2 videos that you can use how to do it yourself. But my suggestion is that they do it for you and you go through the whole process. And you see here where it says, still have question, click here to schedule a time. You can go in there, and that is the KvCore Insider. And then you tell them, look, I have trouble not only with my, with my clients. I want to put hashtags in there, but I don't want to have to go one by one. And you can ask them about other things, and you can schedule right here. Just click and schedule a time with them. And I would advise to do that. I got late to the meeting because of technology at the beginning. Can you please let me know where the recording will be posted? Tony, I am going to try to post it in the actual WhatsApp, and but a lot of times I have issues with that. If you're still with us, let me see if you're still with us. No, you left already. Oh, no, you're here, Tony. Let me just tell you a minute where you can go to find what we did. You just go to KvCore, you go to marketing, you click on where it says all marketing, and then you go ahead and you go to where it says schedule mass email, get started. And then you go where it says schedule an email. When you get to the schedule an email, it has 3 ways of doing it, either by the contact or by a hashtag or by sphere. You have the sphere. Oops, why is this not doing?
You have to have
Right.
a little circle.
Yeah, that's right. Sphere, prospect, new lead, active lead, clients, whatever you have your clients labeled, classified, you can do that. And then if you have it by sphere, then you can go ahead and put it, then you put the, make sure that it says your name on the scope. And then also you have to say the day that you want this email to go out and the time. And one of the things that I said was be mindful, because you might have clients that are in another country. Be mindful of what time it would be in that country, because if you send something at 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock here, it might be 6 in the morning or 5 in the morning or 4 in the morning someplace else. And a lot of people leave their notification on, and then it might wake them up, and you don't want to create something like that. And then the other place that you go is where it says templates. If you're looking for a specific thing, like the newsletter, company newsletter, like I was saying, there's not a new January newsletter, but you can still use last year's newsletter and just make sure that you change the date to 2023. And last year's newsletter can be used because it's talking about equity and it's not saying anything about a specific date. So you can do that and just, I would say, put Happy New Year. And then that way, this does a double whammy. It sends them a January newsletter, but it also is letting them know Happy New Year. And I would go ahead and make sure that you put your name there so they know it's coming from you. Okay, so that is what we were doing when you came in. And the other last item is make sure that you include the little button down here says include a signed agent's signature. And then when you're finished with that, press schedule, because you already up here put the date and the time. And then you can send it out. Okay, in my case, I'm not going because I already have it. Close this window. Excuse me, yes. Yes. And because I already have the one that I did here. And when you go into your schedule mass email, it will show what you have already done, what is already being scheduled. So that way, my suggestion is doing at least, if you can, today, 6 months of that specific client, or that specific hashtag, or that specific category, which could be the sphere or the prospect or the new lead or the active lead or a past client or the people that close the contract with you. This is what I advise. And then put in your calendar 2 weeks from now doing the other six months of email. And then a week from now, start the next group and like that. But this is an easy way to start working your spheres of influence, like Carlos said this week on Tuesday. This is an easy peasy type of thing that that the 12 months are done. Okay. Now we're going to go. Any other questions on this? Oh, wait a minute. There's something in the chat. Could you please repeat the way to contact them for support? Yes, the support, let me put it here. Support is KvCore at Insider. There is the, okay, there you go. But besides that, you can go to lead engine. And then if you go to bulk import, in case some of you have not yet done your import of your clients that you have, or you have done, but you want to do more and you don't want to have to do it on your own. I would not do it on my own. I would do it with them. Go here, listen to this this video. It's very easy to be done. But one of the things here is here, you can click here to schedule a time with the lead configuration specialist, but they can also help you with other things. So I would schedule a one-on-one with them, and they can help you with adding hashtags, how to do it better, all of this. So I would use that scheduling right here, okay? And then if you have additional questions, but you want the answer like now, there's a blue little circle on the right-hand side of your screen that has like a little happy face. You click there, and then you, like, I had a question of why my listings keep on disappearing in my core listing machine, and I don't understand, and they keep on disappearing. So I sent them an email again. Look, it happened again. So she's telling me where it is and what. And what you do is you click here and you put that you have questions, and you write your questions. Oops. And you write your questions, and it will go ahead and did I lose you guys?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
All right. No, for some reason I got into another place that I'm not interested in. Let's cancel here. Oh, this tiny thing. All right. Okay, there we are. So that's another place that you can go ahead. They will send you information. They will also, if you keep on telling them, look, that information you're sending me, that's not helping, they would eventually get a team member, and that team member will start texting you back and forth until they provide you with the proper information. Okay, now let's go, unless there's any other questions regarding what we just did, let's go. Let me see, there's something here. I was able to schedule my first one. Okay, perfect. All right. So let's go to dashboard on KvCore. Let's go to where it says Company Cloud. And before we do that, this is what I was talking about with Suzette, that she said that she never did the onboarding. If you go up here where it says your name, it would say Suzette on the right-hand side, and you click there, there's your profile, okay? You click on your profile. Your profile needs to have your picture on it. If you don't have a picture on this profile, your website will be canceled. So if you're new and you still don't have a picture there, they will cancel your website. And until you don't have a picture, they will not provide you with the website yet for you. So make sure you have your website, make sure you have your agent NAR account. You have to have those. Here is where you put your social media, all your information, as much as you can. If you speak other languages, here I have Melissa on mine, but if you have another lender that you use, or you use many lenders, you don't have to have her, you can remove that. Here is where I talk about myself, and let me tell you, it is long. I had a coach, I had nothing on mine, and a coach did this. I still think it's too much, but she says it's not. So I talk about here about my son, he's part of my team. he's the commercial guy, where you studied, the whole works, okay? Because what you're looking for is relationships. And you're looking for that somebody reads your bio and something clicks. Hey, he went to FIU. Hey, he went to China to study marketing. Hey, you know, maybe they don't know that Manuel does commercial. Well, hey, I'm going to call Manuel. I'm not going to call Elizabeth, but I need Manuel instead. So those are the things. And here is your signature. You can have a signature that is made from the Kai's company, or you can have somebody else do a signature for you. But this is where you have to have that signature. That is the signature that is going to go out every time you send out an email. And it says, you know, click include signature on all outgoing emails. That is what's going to show. So make sure that you have that. Then, you know, your educational items from real estate or from whatever you have, you want to put here. I don't know why. I had my background. I had a whole bunch of other things. They're gone. I have to call them now about that. So yes, things happen sometimes. I don't know why, but they do happen. So make sure that you have those items there. Another item that you want to make sure that you have is, let me see if it shows here. I think it's in the setting. Here in the settings, you want to make sure that all your leads say lead privacy and make contacts private. Hide contacts from team if you have, you know, if you have more than one team and you don't want all of them to have the information of your client, you can do that. I have that because I was doing another team, and of course I just wanted, you know, Manny and I have the same information. Then home search app allow people to chat with you. If you're going on vacation and you're sending all your information to somebody else that's in the office and going to be taking care of it, this will help to route that information to that other agent. So all of this you have to go through, and normally, like I said, Shelton is supposed to go through all of this with you, okay? The holidays, if you want to be able to send things out in holidays, make sure you have all of this lit up, okay? And then make sure to save any changes you do. Every time you do a change, make sure that you click save, always, okay? So that's just a little side note that I wanted to let you guys see what I was talking about, your specific signature. Now let's go to Company Cloud. That's where we're going to go to Core Listing Machine. Core Listing Machine is where you can do your you can do for your listings a what do you call it? Hold on a minute. A flyer. Okay, this is what I'm having trouble. This has only my some of my listings. I don't remove my listings from the Core Listing Machine because why? I want to use them as if I want to send something to a client of a property that maybe I sold something. I want to sell something near South River Drive, and I can send them an example of how I went ahead and I market that property or whatever. So I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to still have my old listings in here, which I have maybe 5 out of, 60. And I don't know what happened to them, but they're trying to find out. Okay, so
I only have one, Elizabeth.
Excuse me?
I only have one listing. I've had several, but I only show one as well. So that's
Exactly. So if that's the case, you go ahead and you send an email to the people here in the blue little round thing, and you say, look, listing my listing number X, my listing number Y, my listing whatever, all of these are missing from my Core Listing Machine. I do not want them to be gone. Okay, so that's what you can do. Now, with your listing, you can go ahead and these are all items that you can use when you actually have a live listing. You can do virtual tours. You can print center. That's where we're going to go. You can edit the media, how it's actually portrayed in the core listing machine. It'll give you the stats on the property, who looked at it. Remember that we were talking about the other day with Carlos that a lot of people want to know, how many people saw your listing. Well, you can use this beside the list. What are they? That new thing, which is through MLS, the list hub. You can also look here to see if they went through the listing, core listing program that they sent out things. So now we're going to go to the print center. When you go to the print center, you click on print center. It is going to go and it is going to prepare a flyer for you. Like I said, I don't know if this is going to do it. Yes, it did. As you can see, the reason I like to use this, I can send this to a client. It says, I already put a banner that said sold on it. So it's just an example. Of course, 285, if you can buy that property now for that, that's unbelievable. That property now it's like 590, almost 600,000. It's a 1-bedroom. Actually, no, even more. That's around 800. So this was a steal in 2015. But you can go ahead if you don't like how it has it, then you can go to custom. And when it goes to custom, it shows you different options. So remember, Kai's has different companies. It has Platinum and it has Valor Group. So you want to make sure you're not using neither of those unless you're part of that company. You want to use, if it's under a certain price, you want to be sure that you don't use the luxury one, which is the black one. You want to use the blue one, is the style that you want to use, which is, I believe, the one that they have already. So you choose the style. And then you want to make sure, see, it tells you, but we are not wanting to use that. We want to use the one that says residential. Then you go and it shows you continue. And then here, it gives you the positioning of the pictures. It has one picture here, and then you can choose this picture or this picture. You can choose, and you want to change, if you want to change the picture that it has, you go ahead and change it. Okay, so like, let's say maybe I want to change it to the number 3 there. So when you do all that, you say continue. And now it will ask you information about the property. You want to make sure that all the information that you have is correct. Your emails, everything is in there. And you want to make sure you have the Equal Opportunity House logo. You want to make sure that the realtor logo is in there also. And you want to make sure that the price is there. And then I want to make sure, I don't know if it will show. No, it won't. So I want to make sure that I put in the description sold. So that, if I ever send it out, they'll know. Okay, in caps, so they, it won't be a problem. And then continue. And then now it'll give you the flyer. It takes a little bit. Okay, so you see it changed the colors because in 2015, it was having the other colors that we had before. Now it changed it to the new colors and the property, and it says here, property is sold. Then you can do a PDF of it, okay? Or you can print it. So I do a PDF, and then what I do is when I do the PDF, I go ahead and I have a tablet that I can shrink. Oops, wait, that I can, where is it? There we go, wait. That I can shrink the picture. And then what I do is I go to my snapshot. The snipping tool, the snapshot tool. And then I say it's new. And then I make a picture of it. And I go ahead and I save it. And now I can use that in all of my social media. So I'll put, 10 Southwest, South River Drive, sold. And I'll put just a flyer. And I'll have that. And now I have something that I can use in my social media. And I can, and let's say, if you have a whole bunch of listings, you can do that for your listings. And it's a nice way to be able to show it. You can then print it for if you're going to have an open house, you can go ahead and print it in the office and it doesn't cost you a dime. So it's a nice way to do an easy peasy flyer for your listings or your past listings that you had, and you want to use it as an example for another listing that you're going to try to get. Okay. So that's how you do that. I'll just go back and I'll show you. If you have a listing, remember, you have to have a listing. If you have a listing, then you just click on that listing. You click on the listing where it says view, and you can also do the action, and you just go to the print center. Okay, and that's how you go ahead. Now, let's say that you don't have the time to do all that and you need a brochure like now. You can go to your gallery. Okay, you have a gallery. If you have listings, you have an agent gallery, and it will show listings that you had prior. That's why I really dislike that I don't have all my listings here, because it's just showing some of them. And you can go into the property site, okay? And it will be, this is exactly what core listing gives you. This is the website of your listing. And in here, you have a beautiful, you can just copy the address and you can send it to your clients, and this is what they're going to see, and it's gorgeous. Then you can have it as a presentation, you can have it as a gallery, you can have it as panoramic, and at the bottom of this, it will give you the description of the property. It will give you the square footage, everything. It will give you your your bio. It will give you, if you have a video that you did, it will have it there about yourself or whatever you did the video. It will have your website. It will have all your social medias. It will have, like in this case, it has Manuel. I have to change his picture too, mine and his. And then it will show other listings, the other listings you have. And then this property detail. Then besides that, it has a mortgage calculator. It has how much can you borrow, how much can you afford. And at the bottom, it has a brochure. And you can go from here, you can send this brochure to anyone, or you can print it. So if you're in a rush, you can just go straight to your, gallery, and there's your flyer, and you just go in, print it, and that's it. So like I said, it's very useful. Let me go back a minute. I know that we have some questions. Let me see. I totally miss how the print and cannot find the button. I am the core listing machine dashboard. Never mind. I think I found it. Okay. Okay. If we'll go back a minute to the core listing again. So if you're in the gallery, you go all the way down, and it's a little button right there that says print, or you can send it in an email to whoever you want to. Another thing that this has, it has the school information. I mean, it's wonderful. It has the school information, and if it's private, has public or private, and you just have to change it. And this is another thing that you can send. And again, you can use this. You can actually use this as a picture. You can go to your Snap tool and make a picture of this and send it to a client with the different schools and grades of the schools. It tells you the weather, it has the directional. If you want it in Spanish, you can change it to Spanish. What else does it have? I believe that's it. It gives you the directions, how to go ahead and send the directions to a person via their cell. So it has a lot of information. And remember, that was all in the gallery. And the gallery, if you go back to the core listing, you're going to find that where it says right here, agent gallery. Okay. Another thing you can do here is your QR codes. So if you have a listing, you can do your QR codes for that listing. You just have to put the property information, listing video, whatever you're wanting to do, custom for Elizabeth Perez, whatever you want to do, it will go ahead. So I'm just going to do my website, description, business card, create. And it will create like a landing page for you down here. See, Elizabeth Perez, business card, and this will be my my QR code. So this has a lot of things. It's just time. You need the time to go in. There's a learning portal right here that you will click it, and you can learn all the different things that you can do with this. One other item I wanted to show, let me see, there's a question. So listing do not appear in the gallery. Yeah, yes, they do. If you see what I did, mine is a sold. It's a sold property, and it appears in the gallery. If you look at the gallery, it says sold. So it does appear. If you go to presentation flyer, this is really easy. Remember, you have to have gone through your information. You have to have your name. You have to have had everything. And if you haven't done that, you do it right here where there's a little, the body of a little person. You have to go in there and you have to fill out everything where it says agent setup, agent preference, edit agent profile, whatever you haven't finished, you can go back to agent profile and finish it. But you have to have your setup, okay? And then when you do that, you go to this marketing area and it says presentation flyer. You click on that. And when you click on that, this will appear. Market yourself with Core Listing Machine. This brochure outlines many of the products and services that you as a real estate agent have access through the Core Listing Machine marketing program. Show your clients the many ways that their listings will be available to prospective buyers. So this, you know, sometimes a picture is better than a lot of words. This is what you're going to be doing. You can do it as a basic or you can do it as a deluxe. I normally use the deluxe because I like the colors. It's in black and all that. And then include your contact, of course, and then create the flyer. These are seconds. In seconds, you have this. And of course, whatever information you put in your little agent profile, that's what's going to appear here about you. Okay. Let me see, somebody's asking a question while this is loading. None of mine showing the message KvCore. Yes. 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 Send message to KvCore. Now here it gives you the batch texting, open house announcer, e-postcard stats. And then it gives you down here, property sites, social media, exposures that you're gonna have, printable flyers, 24-hour online short code. That's a code. It's an actual, sorry, like, oh my God, like a sign that you can order with a special number that they give you. And you can put it in your, when you have the listing, you can put it on your listing. Of course, in Coral Gable, I don't think we can do it, but in all the other places, yes. And it's not too big, but it will have the, they can text a number and then they get a 24-hour person talking about the property and what it has. And then it also has the lead generation. Whatever this comes in, it will be sent to you to your phone. And then it also has a listing video, which is, the video is if you did a video, or they will get all the pictures and they will create a video of it. Okay, like I was showing you on the gallery, on the one I had on the gallery, you know, they will do it's like this will go round and round, and I don't know if it's this the presentation or the gallery, which there's one of them that'll do that. They'll do like a little video of it for you. So that is the different items that you can use. And then, so did you like this, the flyer? I mean, is it something that you think you can use? Because again, what I did the same thing. I went to my snipping tool, and I went ahead and I did a little picture of it, and then I went and I posted in my Facebook, and I said, if you have, this is what we can do to sell your property, you know. And that's it. I mean, you have to, it's just being able to every day using what we have, and it doesn't cost you a penny, you know. So it's an easy way to create. Now, another thing that you do with this Core Listing Machine is you can go ahead and you can post, I mean, not you, they'll post to the social media for you. So if you have your Facebook connected, if you have your LinkedIn connected, if you have a blog connected, if you have the Twitter connected, I don't know what's happening with my YouTube. I have it connected, but they're having some issues with it. So it'll take some time and we'll figure it out. But it'll go ahead, and you see here, I have different things for different days that will be posted for me. Now I don't have to do anything. See here, this is how many posting I've had in this time frame. Okay. So it shows you all the postings that were done for me from 12/1 to now. It will tell me how many engagements, which I should have gotten a listing out of this, but not yet. And then what you do is you go ahead and the articles that you want. So you click on articles and you say, well, I want them to have all sorts of articles, and you choose the articles. Then you choose where it's going to be sent, you know, what are areas, and you put that in there. What days do you want it to go out? So it will show you all that information. If you want to create your own posts, you can say create a post. You know that Carlos sometimes gives us information, or he gives us a like that little thing from Kai's, and you can just come in here and you can grab something that you use from Kai's, or even this. Let's say I can go ahead and put this in. This is the little presentation, and I can just say, are you thinking of selling? This is how I can help or assist instead of help. That's text me or an appointment. And then my phone, 305-984-6344. Okay, so now I have that, and I have to go back up here and say, I want this posted to my PA account, to my real estate consultant, to Twitter, to LinkedIn, oops, and to my Selling Castle also. So now that's ready. I just say schedule post. So let's say today at 4 p.m. done. And that's it. I schedule it. Oh, sorry. Forgot my, and LinkedIn is www. There, schedule, done. So while that is doing, so as you can see, you can do YouTube, they have to correct a token for you. Yeah, I believe so, but I've tried several times, and they still, I don't know what is going on. There's something here. Oh, LinkedIn needs the, I'm sorry, I thought it was my email. I just have to put my LinkedIn URL, which I have to look for it. But this is what you can do, and you can set it up, and you can do all of those different blogs that Carlos has, that he says that we can go in his blog and copy it. You can create your own post. So if, you know, the post that they give you plus your post, imagine how much of that can be helpful. And remember, you it doesn't cost you anything. It just costs you your time, your sweat, equity. Do you have any other questions? Because now we can open it up. I mean, you can unmute yourself and if you have any questions of anything that we've gone through, any other items, because we could be here 3 hours and I could be talking forever. So let me see, there's a, oh, I need to disconnect things. What? Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Does anybody else have questions? Josefina, Suzette already left. Stephen,
I'm good, thank you.
perfect. Well, I hope this helps you, and please try to do your, your emails and send them out, because that's what's gonna really, really help you. I'm gonna stop sharing and